second, I'll be back. Actually, I guess I could set it up before I go. Oh, actually, no, I cannot. See that? Don't tell your doctor you were depressed. Here's why. By a doctor. I'm sure there's like sound reasoning behind their point, but it seems like the most like Scientologist fucking anti-psychology shit. I'm sure there's no. This looks like it's animated by who is it? Person who animated Tank Girl and Gorillas. I'm sure it's not. It's a Chinese movie, but it looks like it definitely could be. Oh, anyway. What?
Who they are. I wish to apologize. Hey, come on. I'll see you. I'll see you, Reggie, and Mr. Miyamoto. I'll see you both in court. Charlottesville, Virginia court. I have a slaw, a grand number of family and friends locally that will defend me in my character. And very objectionable. I hate them. But said
We are not going to do that you are we're not interested in your project. I've seen the PowerPoint. Apart from the fact that you are unable to manage for yourself, the PowerPoint really was the final straw. It was filled with gratuitous and shameless drawings with every other frame showing some form of partial nudity or characters making out with each other.
Oh,
This decision is final. We are not going to do business with you, and that is all. Sort out your own life. We cannot help you. Cushion disagreed with his assessment of the PowerPoint presentation. There was positively no nudity at all in the PowerPoint presentation. And what the heck is wrong with true love and kissing? Are you a virgin yourself? Have you had a bunch of bad dates? Or are you so close-minded and rednecked? True love is a truly sacred bond between woman and man, and when they are together, they get attracted to each other very much to kiss and later make love. God and Jesus wants us all to experience and share true straight love. There is nothing objectionable from that.
saying when I was talking about Vince
For
Gilligan,
true love and honesty
who
in
may
comics
be
and
having
in real life,
a
although
pretty
I am
bad
still a
relationship
frustrated virgin with autism on the side. At least I am making a positive difference in
situation, but I
keeping true
can't like
love
help
between
but
only
see
woman and man in my
uh
actions. On a side note, I despise all homosexual males, period. Also, I bet you probably smoke and drink, don't you? I speak against those as well, since they are tools to speed you to death with cancer, liver problems, bar fights, and automobile accidents. Give up the habits. They are beyond gross and
like how
disgusting.
bar fights are
Sigh.
a medical
On January
side effect.
30th, Chris released a video addressing the events of the past few days.
I respectfully detract the previous statement I made, where I said where the wheels were rolling with Nintendo of America.
They are a bunch
Because
of games.
the president of the company,
Oh no,
Reggie
you said that
James,
to Reggie.
said,
Look at Reggie, that girl.
has blatantly canceled the
I
project,
don't know.
and also
Reggie is.
also
Reggie, it looks like Christian a little bit right here.
doing this retraction.
Like right here, at this
Also,
vertical
I'm putting in my
Christian.
own 2
A
cents
little
because
bit, and that's probably the meanest thing
Reggie
anyone
has
has
just
about
made a
Reggie.
step too far. Mr. Jaime
I
has
like
lost my
Reggie.
respect because he objects true love. I mean, it's between straight lovers. Homo males are objectionable, very objectionable. I hate them. But when it's between a male and a female, it's true love and honesty. So, Mr. Imes, you've lost my respect, and you have crossed the line. And if you want to see me at court,
I don't know how I fucking came across this,
this parody
but
of
apparently this is actually really interesting.
title that would have been released to Japan for Nintendo.
Apparently,
Go ahead, come
Spirit
on.
Halloween has an adult Amy Rose costume,
Mr.
but she just looks like a little girl from Lazy Special.
Charlottesville, Virginia court. I have a slaw, a grand number of family and friends locally that will defend me in my character. So let's see what you got. Peace.
He swiftly removed this video as well, issuing another a day later in its place.
I respectfully retract the previous video I uploaded, and I wish to apologize humbly for it. I want Mr. Miyamoto at least to be able to, present himself personally, or at least to send something in the snail mail to prove that I have been talking to the real man himself, to my family. Because, my mommy and daddy, they love me and care about me very much, and they just get concerned when I talk to other people on the internet and they're not sure about who they are. Please do not cancel the project totally. I mean, uncancel it. Just shelve it, because as you can tell from my energy I have given, I am very ambitious about the project, and honestly, I'm a good guy, and you know, I mean, y'all have the money. Y'all should be able to, find some free time in your schedules. You know, to come and visit some of your actual partial or full business associates in their homes. I mean, I showed y'all respect, but then all this happened. So hopefully, we can just put all this behind us and start fresh on a good note. All right.
Later that day, Chris took part in his first chat with supposed admirers on Mumble, a voice chat application designed to be used by gamers. In the fan chat, he talked about Transformers, games, and gaming systems.
I used to hate both the PlayStation and the Xbox, but then I ended up getting the PlayStation 1 at a rummage sale, and then I just kind of I test played it, and then I pretty much then I decided not to trade in. Oh, excuse me a second.
Alright. I'm actually wondering if I should stay online or go play Animal Crossing.
The conversation eventually moves on to other topics.
Wait, what?
Put all this can't much, will defend me in my character. So let's see what you got. Peace.
He swiftly removed this video as well, issuing another a day later in its place.
I respectfully retract the previous video I uploaded, and I wish to apologize humbly for it. I want Mr. Miyamoto at least to be able to, present himself personally, or at least to send something in the snail mail to prove that I have been talking to the real man himself, to my family. Because, my mommy and daddy, they love me and care about me very much, and they just get concerned when I talk to other people on the internet and they're not sure about who they are. Please, do not cancel the project totally. I mean, uncancel it, just shelve it. Because as you can tell from my energy I have given, I am very ambitious about the project, and honestly, I'm a good guy, and you know, I mean, y'all have the money, y'all should be able to, find some free time in your schedules, you know, come and visit some of your actual partial or full business associates in their homes. I mean, I showed y'all respect, but then all this happened, so hopefully we can just put all this behind us and start fresh on a good note. All right?
Later that day, Chris took part in his first chat with supposed admirers on Mumble, a voice chat application designed to be used by gamers. In the fan chat, he talked about Transformers, games, and gaming systems.
I used to hate both the PlayStation and the Xbox, but then I ended up getting the PlayStation 1 at a rummage sale, and then I just kind of I test played it, and then I pretty much then I decided not to trade in. Oh, excuse me a second.
Alright. I'm actually wondering if I should stay online or go play Animal Crossing. That's sad.
The conversation eventually moves on to other topics.
Women's bodies look. Let me try this again. Women's bodies look a bit.
They're more beautiful. They're more beautiful. They're like they're truly like works of art in their own way. Just like the statues that were built in past times.
Chris admits to somewhat approve of sex between sisters.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna reproduce, so there's no messed up stuff there.
I don't know, I guess between sisters, but it's possibly okay. I'm not saying for sisters.
Chris admits to somewhat approve of sex between sisters.
I mean,
What?
it's not like we're gonna
I
reproduce,
think forgot
so
that.
there's no messed up stuff
Oh my
there.
gosh, the signs were all there all
I don't
along.
know, I guess between sisters, but it's possibly okay. I'm not saying for certain. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to get something to eat, so I'll come back later. Yeah, I'll take care.
You too. Good night.
Bye now.
Bye.
Wow.
I got most of that recorded. I got it all recorded from when I returned back.
It was possibly around this time that Chris sent Cassie Rosechew 23 locks of his own hair, enclosed in a bag, with each lock accompanied by an official seal of approval, intended to be shared amongst members of the Sonichu girls. He also attached a letter. I felt I should send you the sample of my hair locks I was able to divide for you and your friends, including Sarah May. Enclosed in are 23 locks of my hair. I felt bad for not making 200 cards in the time. I've been through a bunch of bad times, and some good. I trust that you can understand fully, and I deeply thank you for that. When she finally received the package, she stated that the hair was greasy and had an odd smell. On February 4th, Christian held his second Mumble chat. This time, he was joined by Clyde.
Or Hyman.
Look, I know it's a terrible mistake on her age, but I plan to make it up to her. Getting married, I'm doing the things that I should do.
Oh, and another thing, if she is really over there with you now, then put her on the mic, please.
She's very busy, okay? She's very busy.
During the lengthy chat, Chris answers many questions from the people involved.
You've been in an automobile accident. I mean, were you drunk?
No, I was distracted.
By what? I mean, it's kind of hard to be distracted. You gotta be focused on driving.
I was doing math in my head.
Wait, math in your...
My mind got distracted by being its own calculator.
What? Are you some kind of savant?
What?
They also confront him about his CAD degree and why he has failed to use it to get a job. Towards the end, Chris is interrupted by Barbara.
Hi, Mom. You want a couple hot dogs? No thanks. I'm just answering a few questions, Mother.
You don't have to answer. Nobody's paying you to do that. It ain't none of their business, no way. I've never been asked questions like that by employers or anybody. Don't tell people what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Chris, what's happening?
Well, obviously my mother is offering her input.
Tell her you're just talking to friends.
I don't need no back talk with somebody else on the other end of the phone.
I hear you, Mom.
These idiots who ain't had no raise and they don't have any idea what life is really about. Tell me where you've been. Tell me where you've been. Tell me where you've been.
Your mother has a beautiful singing voice, Chris.
And Mom, you know what? Something else? They like your singing.
I don't sing.
You just did.
Somebody lied. Somebody lied because you couldn't hear me.
They heard you singing just now.
I can't sing.
You just did.
I told you. Did you write checks for all those bills and count everything over and keep that on?
Yeah. Yes, Mother, I did.
You're not telling me no story.
I'm not telling you a story.
Okay. Because you have to be honest with me. Because see, you're sitting.
I'm being honest.
Behind the scenes, Chris and Julie continued to chat on Skype, with Christian admitting that it had been about a week or two since he last heard directly from Sarah. Julie convinced him to join another mumble chat the following day.
Oh. It's you.
Yes, of course. Well, I have unfortunate news about Mulvania. It appears to have been destroyed. I know that sounds strange, but I don't know what happened. I'm very worried.
Hang on, I'll Google Mulvania and see if I can
No,
find
it's alright. I'm pretty sure I know what happened.
Oh, tell me in your own words, what you think happened.
I don't know. It's just, I think the dictator of Mulvania, I think he was assassinated.
Clyde unexpectedly makes an appearance.
And
I
who
hope they're okay.
cares?
Clyde? What are you doing here?
I just wanted to stop by and say hi, Julie.
Get out.
Yep.
Answer one thing.
What
Why
is it?
haven't you killed me yet? Why haven't you killed me yet?
You must be on your drugs again, you jerk.
Not this time. Not this time. I was being too nice last time, obviously. That was me on drugs. I was too nice when I was on drugs.
Chris, I don't think he's gonna leave. I'm scared. What if he tells all the other jerks what we've been saying? What if he knows?
He knows nothing. He's been mostly out of this conversation.
You
I
what?
know everything, ever.
Oh, there you go. He got kicked out.
So anyway, yes, I do see someone outside of my house. I don't know who it is. I'm worried.
It's best not to try not to think about it.
Someone's pounding on my door. I'm going to go lock it. I'm worried, Chris. I'm going to go lock it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it was... I looked outside, Chris.
Uh-huh.
It turns out it was a salesman.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
a relief.
I acted so silly.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's only human. You're only human.
They talk about cars, Sonichu characters, and video games.
When I do go to Ruckusville, Virginia, I would love to play Guitar Hero with you and Burnout and all the games.
I'd like that too. Play with you. You know, Guitar Hero Encore rocked the 80s. The Encore number was Play With Me.
Oh, cool. That's quite the coincidence.
So, come play. Come play.
I will.
You know, there may be other things. Other fun things.
Chris continues to elaborate on their first time together.
So first we make out. Throughout that day I would have eaten plenty of strawberries.
I love strawberries. I'm masturbating right now to the spot. So please continue.
I'd let you pull my pants down and let you warm me up a bit.
Not happening, but
You wouldn't mind giving me a blowjob at the start there.
Mind.
You might get, some of the premature stuff, but, at least that's out of the way.
Yeah, you would continue after that, right?
Yeah, I still got a lot more tiger in my tank.
Me too.
Chris talks about them engaging in sexual acts some more, and admits that because he would have been eating strawberries beforehand, upon ejaculating, his semen would taste like strawberries.
So, there you go. In the mouth. You're enjoying that.
Clyde appears again, and threatens to fly over to visit Julie and play Russian roulette with her.
You really are a psychopath.
Why so serious?
You need to be put in an institution.
More like you need to be put in an institution. I mean,
No.
You're obviously delusional. You really believe that you can smite me and, I don't know, you can stop me with your words. You really think that?
I don't just think that, but I am confident.
Chris and Clyde continue to argue with each other until Clyde explodes and says that high-functioning autism is not a recognized diagnosis and that only Asperger's syndrome exists in its place.
What can you do that makes money? You're a parasite on America to America. You just leech off the government, getting money.
He sounds like Genesis Valentine!
Autistic, which you are not.
Gosh, you think he's the same person?
Jobs support your lazy ass.
I am capable of standing up and supporting myself when I am ready to. But I like to feel like
You're 26 years old. What do you mean you're not ready?
I like to feel like I have a woman by my side to help me make sound decisions at the right time.
Spoiler alert, you're never going to get a woman. Like
Yes,
it.
you will.
Be
Me.
quiet.
You're a jerk.
No, I'm trying to help him. You know my cousin Vivian? She's been trying to help this field. And guess what? Nothing has worked. Get actual help. And what have you done, Chris? What have you done?
Clyde Cash tells Chris that he won't harm Julie if he makes a video confessing that he is gay. Christian conceded and made the following video, apparently saying the word gay for the first time in his life.
You know, the word gay tends to be thrown around a lot, especially when one's words is heavily understood one way or understood another way. It can mean so much.
In front of the camera, he left a series of clues that his true fans would spot and come to the conclusion that he was acting under duress. Firstly, he placed a Sailor Moon poster in the background, which also featured the prepubescent character Chibiusa. Secondly, he is seen holding onto a transformer, Optimus Prime to be precise, due to its symbolic representation of masculinity, as Christian had explained in his 25th birthday video. Finally, he is not wearing his medallion, meaning that he is being dishonest. What's more, he acts as if he is in distress every time he says the word gay.
Simply put, and I'm willing to say this in sound, mind, and body, I am a Gabian. Yep, you heard me. I am a gay. A male lesbian. Thank you.
After the video was uploaded, Chris held a short mumble chat with Clyde and Julie.
Hey, Chris, what is a Gabian? I have never heard this word in my life.
It's like a lesbian, except it's like guy and guy, but it basically means gay.
No, it means you're straight.
Okay, I'll accept that. I made an inferior product. I'll improve it. I'll improve it if you'll give me a bit, if you'll leave her alone.
Man, you sure look stunner. That's alright. I'll move around, but I'm gonna send her some chocolates, okay? Is that okay?
Joey, is that okay with you if he sends you chocolates?
Okay.
And I'll send you some flowers.
Okay. Why?
Because I'm hitting on you. Come on, you are a dance woman.
Shortly after, Chris made another video in which he finally admits to being gay.
You know, the word gay in terms like coming out of the closet gets thrown around a lot. Anyway, so to get to the point, fine. I'm good. I'm gay. I'm gay. I said it. Yep. I'm gay. So, did I really come out of the closet there? It just depends on y'all, how y'all understand it. Peace.
As the video was being uploaded, Chris rejoined the mumble chat. He admits to Clyde that he probably spent around $10,000 over the past 9 years on video games, and Clyde states Chris is unable to save money in the long run. When asked, Chris couldn't name 5 typical household bills. Both Clyde and Chris say that they haven't heard from Sarah in a long time, and Clyde fears she might be dead. When talking about personal preferences for a girlfriend, Clyde accuses Chris of being racist.
I would care about a black woman as a friend, but, you know, I would not want beyond just friendship.
You still have a lot to learn. That's about looks, not about personality. You're still being racist.
Hey, don't you play me for no fool, man!
What was that?
You figure it out.
I have no comment on what was that?
Oh, that just be an imitation
I
of
can't
a
believe I
black
didn't
person
follow
or
that. It
somebody
really
from
does sound
Jamaica.
like Genesis Valentine's.
You do know those are different. Oh, Christ almighty. So you are racist. My God.
Hey, well, if it fits Archie Bunker's shoes, then let it be. But I am not totally racist, man. I am not racist.
Then what was that? What was that?
You just threw a label at me, so I just imitate somebody who actually was.
Oh my Christ. Christ almighty. I don't know what to say to that. Why don't you do a Donald Duck impersonation? But I don't know. Why do you enjoy scaring me like this?
Clyde Cash requests one more thing from Chris.
I want you to destroy every possession that you'd love to give up for Julie. That will show you your dedication for Julie. Material goods is nothing you need to hold on in this moral world. And you have tons of stuff. It is only when you lose everything is when you're free to do anything. You gotta show Julie you goddamn care about her. Sell your shit or destroy your shit. Just do something that makes your room look presentable. I mean, Christ almighty, you still look like a child.
I'm young at heart.
Everybody has to grow up.
Soon after, Christian made a video addressing his recent outing and Clyde's demands.
Hello. Some of you may have seen the video which I've recently uploaded, saying that I was of the wrong orientation. But I wanted to let y'all know that I did that to save the life of a trusted gal pal. So yes, as you can tell from my nonverbal clues, I was lying out of my ass. And also, I had to make another promise after that I get rid of some of my unnecessary possessions. I want to let him know anyway that I've already started. I destroyed this.
He claims to have filmed himself destroying his vibrator, when in fact, after struggling to snap it in half, he merely disassembles it.
Dun dun dun. That deed is done. Destroyed.
What is it?
And also, I had to make another promise after that I get rid of some of my unnecessary possessions. I want to let him know anyway that I've already started. I destroyed this.
He claims to have filmed himself destroying his vibrator, when in fact, after struggling to snap it in half, He merely disassembles it.
Dun dun dun.
What the
That
fuck?
deed is done. I think I have proven myself well enough. I was holding on to my manhood, my straightness by having Optimus Prime in my lap, and my Sailor Moon poster behind me that I look at every night to help keep me straight. I was born straight, and I will never be changed that way. Thank you.
On February 7th, Chris, Clyde, and Julie took part in
You have to
another
look at a
short mobile
poster
chat.
every night to
His
keep
life
it
is
straight.
miserable.
I got some
Look at
bad
Julie.
news for you.
Tell me, what have you done of merit today? What have you done today? Go through your daily routine.
I made contact with Julie and expressed my love for her a little bit more.
Yes, it was very nice.
Something productive.
Clyde grills him about his spending habits, his reluctance to find a job, and the state of the economy at the moment.
Alright, my mother wants me to go out and get her some bread, some orange juice, and a tuna sub from Sheets.
It's awfully late for that.
Sheets is open 24 hours.
That's nice. Okay, I can't believe you still live
Julie,
with
I'll talk to you later on the PlayStation Network. Goodbye,
Alright, are
Clyde.
you gonna come back to Mama?
That's something for me to think about. I'll see you later, Julie. Bye, Clyde.
Alright, I'll see you later. Could have been better. Could have been awfully better. That's all I can really say. I'm disappointed. And before you all unmute yourself.
Cogs, I'm sorry, I was still set to stereo mix instead of my microphone, because I was recording Chris. Yeah, I better stop recording now.
Conditions are still extremely dangerous. Winds are shifting. Some towns are coming under ember attack. Emergency services have blocked some...
On February 7th, raging bushfires began to spread across the Australian state of Victoria, eventually killing nearly 200 people. Even though she was known to be living in the state of South Australia, Chris believed that Sarah may have been lost to the fire. What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Captain's log. Stardate February 8th, 2009.
Christian uploaded a video announcing his new website domain.
The Sonichu site is back up. It's at sonichuandrosechew.com. That's what it is now. Yeah, I've been under distress lately. The recent one where y'all may have watched the videos, last two videos before this one. Yeah, forced into doing that. I won't be repeating that again. Hopefully not. Hopefully I won't be repeating that. Use that take. Anyway, also, feeling the after pains from that, I find out that, there's been some brush fire or wildfire, that sort of stuff, fire, going on in the southern Australia area, where my sweetheart, Sarah Cassandra McKenzie, Panda Halo, she was in that neck of the woods, and I haven't heard from her in like over 2 weeks. And the fire's been going on for like during the past few weeks, so I pray that she's still alive. I hope she didn't die in the fire. Sarah, if you are hearing this message, please let me know that you're safe. And also, let me know, can I still expect you over at my house? Or are you going to go to Clyde? Please let me know. Because I miss you. I still care deeply about you, Sarah. Sarah Hart.
2 days later, he posted a video in which he attempted to showcase that the promise he made to Clyde Cash about cleaning up his room had been fulfilled.
For example, there's more walking space. Look right here, there's definitely space between that and the bed. And you look over here, more walking space to the door. And I got that tub off the top of my couch, so it don't fall down and hit anyone. I had to leave the other stuff up there. But at least I didn't have to compromise much. But also, after talking about that and making Clyde know that I've kept my promise. Ik ben schwel, Julie. Ik ben schwel.
Chris was under the misapprehension that the phrase meant I love you in Malvanian, when in fact, it was the German equivalent for I am gay.
I have received in the mail today a letter from Nintendo of America in response to the piece I sent in the snail mail. It comes from Mike Chandler over there, no relation, at least as far as I know. It has proven my family and my congregations as well as my own theories. I shall read it to you from beginning to end. Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto did not have a meeting scheduled with you, nor has he been corresponding with you. Mr. Miyamoto speaks and writes only very limited English, and our game development teams do not accept unsolicited game suggestions or ideas. Although Mr. Miyamoto makes occasional business trips to the US, he spends the majority of his time in Japan at Nintendo's headquarters. So, I was never in correspondence with Mr. Miyamoto or Reggie Fils-Aimé at all. They were imposters. I thought as much. So, there it was. Black and white. From Nintendo of America.
He later joined a mumble chat and recapped the latest development concerning Nintendo.
Well, anyway, it's an official letter from Nintendo of America because the envelope is just like the previous envelopes I got from Nintendo of America, as well as the letterhead on the letter.
Yeah, it's easy to forge.
It was tight, and it has a signature on there.
Just because it's typed and it has a signature doesn't mean it's real.
In fact, wouldn't typing it make it even more easy to forge since it's not handwriting?
Later on, one of Chris's cats, Lucy, arrives.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucy.
My cat, excuse me.
Oh, can I talk to the kitty? Hi, Lucy.
There you go.
2 days later, convinced by Julie, Christian created a new section on his Sonichu&Rosechew.com website called Sonichu and Rosechew's Love Shack, which consisted of sexual imagery concerning his Sonichu characters. It was designed to be protected by an age restriction. Most of the drawings were simply pages from the Sonichu comics, but as time went on, he updated the section regularly with new renderings. On February 13th, audio of a sex chat on Skype between Chris and Julie emerged. During the 20-minute-long virtual intercourse, Julie's voice cannot be heard, but it can be determined that they are role-playing, with Julie possibly as a cat and Chris as Sonichu. Sounds of Chris masturbating can be heard throughout. And the idea was torn.
And I understand Rosechew, but why something that's from real life?
It's not necessarily from real life. It depends on your interpretation. I mean, it's hardly. I mean, most women have long brown hair, and the eyes are censored. So.
Yeah, but I remember that one video you were saying is Megan.
Because in the end, it broke up my friendship with Megan.
On Valentine's Day, 2009, Chris and Julie had another sex chat together, much in the same vein as the one a day prior. Sex trip in on his son. The first 3 callers were dismissed by Bob, who told him that Chris was sleeping. The fourth caller exclaimed that Chris had posted a video on YouTube saying that he was going to kill himself. Understandably concerned, Bob went in to check on him.
Listen, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm getting all these crazy damn calls. What are you doing? Nothing. Give me that crap. Now, what's going on? Dad, will you get out of here? No, I will not. People tell me that you're about to kill yourself on YouTube. What? What is your trouble? I'm not going to kill myself. Get away from that TV. Fine. Get away from the internet. I'm cutting it down right now. No! Dad, no! Yes. No! Don't do it, Dad. I'm going to shut this thing right down. No. Yes. No. Go wake your mother up. Don't bother me. You tell her what's going on. This thing is going to go down. No. Yes.
Due to Bob creatively proclaiming that he would cut down the internet, trolls became inspired by his quote and began referring to him as the Internet Lumberjack. After they were disconnected, Christian called Julie again, telling her what happened.
Hello, Julie. Yeah, listen, you'll have to talk to me. I'm calling you from my PSP. It does not accept type feedback. I told my mother about you. Yeah. She says she'll believe it when she sees you in person. What am I going to do now? Well, pretty much my erection has been unmoved, and I'm not feeling in the mood for it right now, but, you know, hey, on the bright side, we still had our fun little Valentine's Day date in the big planet.
2 days later, Christian found out that his Aunt Karina was in a very ill state, and it was very likely that she would pass away soon. Later on, Chris and Julie chatted on the PlayStation Network, where they discussed his aunt's condition.
My mom was to go visit Aunt Karina this weekend, but she did not invite me along because I need to stay home, help, be here for my father in case something happens to him, and I had to take care of the cats. Yeah.
She also addresses his job prospects, with Chris claiming that he would look for paid volunteer work, and Julie questioning his use of the word volunteer. The next day, Chris and Julie had another PSN chat, covering many of the same topics.
Hey, Mom, be sure to listen to Wait to go see Aunt Fran tonight so I give her the last hug. She won't even know you're there. Yeah, well, at least I was able to give her my last I love you when I called her the other day. That's right. So that's all fine. Yeah. All right, Mom, I'll talk to you later. Did you get that, Julie?
Yeah, could you ask your mother if I could talk to her? Use spell summon Snorlax.
Listen, I'm talking to friend Julie on the PSN network. She wants to say hello to you. I'm not able to talk to you about her. Is she emotional? I am not able to talk to anybody right now. Will you leave the room? Thank you. I'll see you later.
Summon failed.
Julie encourages him to make a video with one of his inflatable sex dolls.
What about that blow-up doll? Don't you have like two at least?
Oh, the blow-up doll. Yeah, I did have two, one for backup, but like a few weeks ago, when I was doing a thing with it, it got an internal injury and deflated.
Aw. Wait, how would it get punctured though? Was it punctured with your...
too much pressure, too much humping force, you might say. If you're willing to call it that. Or, possibly some weight. But, I had a good run.
Chris, you know what you should do? You should try and make that video, of you doing your thing with the blow-up doll for me.
Alright, I'll make that video for you tonight.
Later that day, Christian took part in a group chat on Mumble.
I can't believe that's the real Christmas channel. It's bad.
Well, take a deep breath and accept it, because it's real.
A little while later, he talks about how he recycles his semen.
I have this friend, I think he might be gay,
I know.
after he's done masturbating, he drinks his own semen. Is that gay?
No, I don't think so, because, I've done that. It's called recycling it.
Wait, then answer.
Basically recycling, so it's like, he doesn't necessarily have to lose it. I mean, because, you think of it as a waste. If you banged it out, and then you put it in, it's like you flush it down the commode or leave it in the condom and put it in the garbage can. Sponges and sponges by stomach acid. Yeah, well, still, it's fuel for the newspaper cells. Plus, also, I've learned on the internet that there's vitamins in the sperm cells as well. But so it's like basically you're helping yourself when you do that. Although personally, I'm kind of sick of on my own. So lately, I've just been disposing of them. I mean, it just depends on your own individual taste.
Chris discusses the prospects of a threesome.
My name's Emily.
Oh, hi, Emily.
I don't understand why you're still single, honestly.
Tell me about it. Oh, I am in love with Julie right there, who just spoke just now.
Oh, she sounds like she's really pretty. Maybe we can have a threesome.
Oh, wow.
Chris also tells Julie that he would be willing to participate in a threesome with another man. The other members of the chat responded by accusing him of wanting to engage in homosexual activity, but he defended himself by stating that it isn't gay as long as their testicles do not come in contact with each other.
I guess I would accept a threesome with two women. Well, did you hear that, Emily? After Julie and I died a few times, we can invite you.
That'd be really cool. I mean, we can go shopping at a sex store beforehand.
Yes. It's me. It's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I thought you wanted me and Lou and Julie to have a threesome.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be special.
It can be special, Sarah. It can be.
Okay. I'm really upset right now. I feel like you don't care about me.
Sarah, I do care about you. I'm sorry I upset you.
Emily asks a question about genital piercings, referring to penises by the euphemism ducks.
Would you ever get your duck pierced if your sweetheart thought it would be really hot and would improve your sex life?
No, I would never have.
Actually, it can increase the pleasure.
Even that considering, I still would not get any piercings.
No, what's a duck?
It's like replacing the I with a U in the word dick. So it's a euphemism. Euphemism.
And you spell it YOOPHIMESM.
Yeah, excuse me, I'll be right back.
Julie asks Chris about his penis.
I'm trying to ask you something, Chris. Yes, Julie. It's about down there, your duck. I don't mind talking about. What is it? Tell me about why your duck is bent. Well, I don't. Okay, well, I don't know why it's bent downward. I just assumed it was natural. You must have done something. Come on. Well, maybe because I've been wearing briefs all my life, and that could have forced it to be bent downward when it gets stiff. Chris, I don't know. Chris, have you ever used the penis one? Yes, I have. But my penis was already bent downward before I used the pump. What about the Viagra? I never took Viagra. For the record, I did not take Viagra. I took Extends. And my dick was bent downward before I took that as well. Why did you use the pump and the Extends? Well, it felt like my dick could be longer.
Yeah, those don't actually work. They can actually cause damage to your penis and cause it to bend.
What, the pump?
Yes.
Yes. Well, for the record, mine does go up to a maximum of 7 inches.
But how do you measure it if it's bent?
Well, you can use the tape measure. I used a ruler. Yeah, press it against the bent part to make it straight. So it does go a maximum of 7 inches in length.
Yeah, my dad was a doctor. He always told me to stay away from those things.
Christian and Sarah May get into a heated argument because Julie had second thoughts about her involvement in a possible threesome scenario.
I swear, I will not have sex with Sarah May.
It's not fair, Chris. It's not fair. Why would you do this to me?
I didn't know back then. I'm sorry.
I feel so broken right now.
Julie and Chris agree that adultery is frowned upon in the Bible.
Well, I mean, I'm Jewish. Is that okay?
Oh, you're Jewish. I did
Yeah.
not know that. But yes, that's okay, Julie.
I love Melody. I'm not going to Melody from this, though. That's so mean.
Now it's
have you guys ever seen that video where a guy is like a vet on TV and people call in to ask him about their animals, but he has a table full of every kind of animal all in the same box, and all the animals are killing each other?
No.
Well, he's actually,
What?
Yeah, it's the funniest shit. There's like ferrets falling off the table and smacking their heads off the floor.
It doesn't sound funny.
It's pretty funny. And then a monkey picks up a bird and starts biting his head. He's like, no, stop. And then a dog.
It doesn't sound funny.
And then a dog starts licking a turtle, and the turtle bites the dog's tongue, and he starts
Oh,
screaming.
That's
pretty funny.
And then something dies, and he makes a Star Trek reference when he's like, "It's dead, Jim."
Is this on TV?
This is funny to you? This sounds horrible. It sounds like a Holocaust.
Isn't it
to
funny?
animals.
Look at him. I've never seen Chris laugh this hard and like all
It's the
week.
guy. He's so into it and happy, and he's a little skinny nerd guy. He's really happy about it all.
American TV is fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was a perfect segue.
I am a master.
I've been to Canada. I've turned on to television. I've been thoroughly confused about what I was supposed to be entertained by. And you're sitting here telling me, hold on, how many channels do you even have in Canada?
We have 4.
You see?
We don't have MTV, we have much music.
Yeah. We have off, you pay for your cable package, you can get anything.
Alright, look.
But up until from let's say 1990 to 2002, you can get MTV, you get Much Music, which is the Toronto version of MTV.
I want to make it very clear that we do not have cable. We have no fucking idea.
no
So
TV.
we are not going to defend Canadian TV at all. But I will say that coming down to cons, the best parts, obviously, you go on, you meet cool people, you hang out, have a good time, but watching fucking American commercials is the weirdest, and it's the best. It's super fucking odd.
Weirder than Japan commercials?
Japan commercials, I saw some weird shit, right? But what we don't have is shit like, did you fucking commit a crime? Are you sure? Maybe? I don't know. Call us. Were you hurt? Are you sure you're hurt? You're not? Call this fucking number. All this weird shit, or just drugs pushing pills in your face, and all the fucking creepy ass things where lawyers are just trying to shock you and scare you into getting on the phone.
What's the best is that there's one lawyer and he's saying what you just said, but then kind of another lawyer just shows up right after. And he's like, no, you gotta listen to my partner, sir. He knows what he's talking about.
This is hype, man. Just gonna pops up behind him.
Yeah, man, this is the guy.
We'll return to Sleepycast after a message from our sponsor.
Oh no! I think something awful happened.
Alert!
Huh?
Attention!
Who said that?
I don't know. If you've been injured recently, you should listen to this.
I don't know. Should you listen to him? Probably. You don't even know if you're hurt.
Did you do something wrong? Is there a crime? Is there a dead body in your backyard? You don't know if you did it. Maybe you did. Fucking call this number.
1-800, I don't know.
Maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Call this number if you think you should call this number.
You may be entitled if you've recently been in a crime, accident, if someone died or didn't die, if you picked something up and you weren't sure what it was, you might be entitled to compensation.
I don't know. Don't listen to us.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find my wallet, so I figured it was probably the girl that I brought home. But then I did find it. It was actually my pants, so I don't know.
Call us now.
After my car accident, I didn't know what I was going to do. Or no, you know what? It was pedophile charges. Either way, the law offices of maybe and I don't know got me a huge cash settlement. Thanks, guys.
Call us.
So I'm driving up the interstate and some asshole rear ends me. I get out of the car. Guess who it is? My brother-in-law, Vic. I love that guy.
Call us now.
Yeah, so I'm cruising down the interstate in my 95 Honda Civic DX when some dickless faggot cuts me off. Boom. Cracked the shit out of my front bumper, too. Turns out, it's my pussy-ass brother-in-law, Jerry. So I took that motherfucker to court for everything he had, and my bitch of a wife, a.k.a. his sister, didn't see a fucking dime because I was pretty much done with that bitch anyways. Always saying something stupid at the dinner table, talking about, honey, I bleached my asshole. It's like nasty, bitch. I'm trying to eat.
Call us.
The law offices of maybe and I don't know. Call us now at 1-800, I don't know.
Call this fucking number.
That's perfect.
It's fucked. We don't know what the fuck you guys have on TV, but that shit creeps me out, man.
Dude, my
mind is fucking blown. The only time I watch cable is at bars and at cons. And it's only because I'm bored at cons and I'm drinking at bars. And it always blows my mind. Like this morning I'm watching Married with Children. I heard I don't really like that fucking show, but every 2 minutes another fucking commercial comes on. It's fucking mind-blowing.
We got the back-to-back last
night.
It's
a constant reminder of why I don't have cable.
We got the fucking back-to-back of like do you have acne? Put this Bane mask on and just wear it for a while. Okay. It'll clear your shit up.
I'm sorry. One of the commercials that actually really genuinely upset me was that there was a commercial about women who did not feel sexually.
I was just about to say that.
That commercial. That commercial blows my mind. Where they're like, "Oh, you don't feel sexually like sexy or whatever the fuck it was
after a certain age."
Yeah. After a certain age.
Is your vagina dry? Call now.
Don't know. And they had a thing for that. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like they're like trying to take every little thing. Do you look at a cheeseburger and you want to eat it, but you don't because, maybe you had one like an hour ago? Call this number because you're suffering from cheeseburgeritis. And it's like, dude, they're just trying to take every little thing that any person is ever afraid of.
Random thought.
Oh, yeah, even that. And then just make that like a symptom
and it's
that you need to be cured of.
Yeah, and it's not a 30-second, it's a minute-long dedicated infomercial.
And they got a clinic for that shit.
And the whole thing is just padded with like women like mid 50 to 60s staring longingly at the camera. Just, get this vagina wet, and they're like, I don't fucking know what you want me to order. What do I call now?
Yeah.
Now maybe I don't. First 100 people, like fuck.
Dude, it's like confusing and depressing because I only watch TV like once every 2 years, and you want to get back in touch with humankind? Watch TV only once every year or so, and every time you watch it again, it'll blow your fucking mind because it advances so hard.
I can give you a suite of commercials that will give you really high highs, really low lows, and some creamy middles. Is that if you watch Cartoon Network, you will see people getting hype again for slip and slides, like the brand new slip and slides, and you see kids never been more happy in their life. Then they'll have a thing saying, "Hey kids, download this on your phone. This new
download a slip and slide on my phone."
No, just like a separate commercial. Then after that little nostalgia blast of like, yeah, slip and slides are sure. I saw my nipples off because I used it too much.
Yep.
But it was still fun. And then they'll go, "Hey kids, ask your parents if it's okay to download this app. We have this game. Are you hurt? You don't know." And then call this number for this app. And then it'll go to like, hey, SpongeBob is coming on in 5 minutes. And that's the creamy middle. It'll go from like, or you'll see a commercial for Splatoon, which is the most 90s kid commercial ever. You're like, that's fun, that's cool. And then you'll get to like a shitty mobile download the thing, give us money commercial.
What weirded me out and made me like, man, I'm fucking out of the loop was I saw a commercial for movie trailers and how it's like they'll show the movie and then they'll have the letterboxes with a hashtag for the movie name and then the logo for the movie on top. And I'm like, when did they start doing that? Where it's like, you have to know what you're watching.
Yeah.
Never forget the name of this movie.
It's kind of genius, but
I'm like, when did that start?
I'm sorry, but the non-genius, like the idiot, non-genius idiot part of it is the fact that they're throwing a hashtag on it.
Well, yeah.
And who the fuck besides the idiots are hashtag? Like the new Superman comes out. Who the fuck is throwing a hashtag?
The majority of the viewers.
Wow, idiots.
Yeah.
Idiots is the majority of the
like
fucking
you've never
viewers.
hashtagged, Mick?
I hashtag all the time, but all my hashtags are like
Stupid
fucking ironic.
shit.
Like
Yeah.
#Oni sucks Stamper's dick. Like, hey, did you guys see the weather
That was
today?
trending recently.
Yeah.
Who watches a movie trailer and goes, I'm excited.
After the trailer, I'm gonna hashtag this trailer.
Little kids, that's who.
Maybe you're right. Because I don't know. Like, I know he doesn't.
What is the benefit for
you geriatric fucks are just out of the loop?
Do you not remember?
What's the benefit for a random to fucking hashtag something? Is it popularity?
Do you not
like
remember?
they hope
Currently trending.
Wait, hold on, Chris. I don't remember what.
Do you not remember being a fucking 12-year-old and seeing
I do.
SpongeBob.com? You're like, what's SpongeBob.com? And you go on and you're like, oh shit, they got games. You play shitty fucking horrible games.
So, Chris, are you admitting? I don't think that is the demographic. But if it was, I could not fight you on that.
12-year-old boys, 16-year-old girls.
Because they're more mature.
No, 16-year-old girls are always like, hey.
There's no such thing as an R-rated movie anymore, so that makes perfect sense.
That's 16-year-old girl. Because they're more mature. No, 6-year-old girls are always like, hey.
Oh,
There's no such thing
hashtag.
as an R-rated movie anymore, so that makes perfect sense.
That's true too.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
The other thing I think when they put hashtags on a movie is because, like, when that transition, a lot of movies look the same.
Sure.
And you need to constantly remind them, this is Transformers 7,
right?
Not 4 3/4 or whatever the fuck.
Dude, those hashtags are dead.
Every time I hear hashtags, I think of hash browns and makes me hungry.
Yeah, no, I wish.
I could eat.
I wish.
I mean, but the other
Dude,
thing
let's go get some hashtags, man.
Right now.
The other thing is that half the commercials sometimes won't even be an ad for the movie. It'll be like a little skit that they set up for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, honey, why are you acting like a Terminator in your underwear? You know? Or like fucking just talking to the Rock doing the most awkward interview for San Andreas and shit. And you're just like, where's the movie?
See, that shit's
What
weird. When they get
happened?
celebrities to get pulled in to the fucking weird trendy ass bullshit that is clearly so awkward. Like they
don't
hired
understand.
some quote unquote social media manager, some bullshit to like get a celebrity.
That's what I'm saying.
to
Give
embarrass
TV a break
themselves.
for like 6 months and then cut it back on again. It'll be a completely different world.
I was watching Mortal Kombat recently, just like
The movie?
yeah, and I love that movie. Stands up to
Oh my
time,
God.
in my opinion.
It shocked
Especially
me
the first 20 minutes are amazing, like the intro, because they
When
use
they all get
these.
there.
Well, they use all these practical sets, which are really fucking great. They're not using like the the
Mortal
plaster fucking Mortal Kombat
Is
movie.
that like a critically hated movie?
Shouldn't
No,
because I love it.
The second
for a video game movie,
the
it
first
does its job, man.
Mortal Kombat was a great movie.
The first one is considered a guilty pleasure. The second one is like this critical disaster trilogy.
But the first one, especially
The second one is a fucking travesty.
the intro to the first Mortal Kombat, like all the practical sets that they had, like real sets, like the temples and that Hollywood set they had for Johnny Cage and like all this fucking shit. It's beautiful. It's
I wouldn't
great.
call Mortal Kombat a guilty pleasure. I'd call it a decent movie.
Yeah,
It's
no,
actually
but
not
like,
bad at all.
no, I wouldn't. Because as a kid, when I
Ninja
saw,
Turtles 2 was a guilty pleasure.
I went to go see Stargate, right? And Stargate, they had the trailer for Mortal Kombat, and all I could think about while watching Stargate was like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I still loved it. And then I remember going back to high school when the new semester would start and just go, Jay, you guys see Mortal Kombat? Everyone's like, no, play sports and listen to rap music. And I'm like, oh. And, you know, like,
So I
my
recently
glasses.
watched it.
Man,
and
you got
it-
shitty friends, dude. My friends were like,
it
yeah.
still stands up.
I didn't have any friends then.
Fucking love it. There was something about Mortal Kombat that bothered me that I was going to bring up. Because I
Was
thought
it the
about-
fact that Sub-Zero gets beaten by a bucket of fucking water?
Well,
Was it the
hold
fact
on,
that the scorpion spear came out of the palm of his hand?
And it had a little
something
face on it that
creepy.
went,
Yeah. No, it did weird me out that like Katana's over in the corner like, use the element that brings life. And he's sitting there getting in a fight. And finally he's like, oh, there's a bucket of water. Water, life. It's like, dude, use the bucket of water. And he'd be like, all right, yeah, let's do it.
Put that fucking Fu Manchu accent with it too. Use the element. Yeah.
It's like, she's just stroking her beard. She got all of a sudden.
And then it's like, oh, you love.
Well,
you love
she's
Sub-
10,000 years old. They keep trying to harp on that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was kind of geared at kids at the time, right? That's what
I don't think so, because there was, I mean, it had violence. I mean, there was piercing through you.
Well, yeah, but you can't deny that at
broken
the time,
necks and
the target demographic was like kids.
I think
it was.
I think it was. I think it was like it was teenagers,
Not
and
adults,
kids.
but older kids.
Right. So I think it was older kids and then kids who weren't supposed to watch the movie, who got to watch the movie and be like, "Oh my god, I get to watch Mortal Kombat."
The most amazing thing to come out of Mortal Kombat the movie is the actor that played Kano. His Australian interpretation became the de facto way that they portray Kano now.
True.
Like, imagine if in the fucking Street Fighter Van Damme movie, they're like, you know what? Guile should be French from now on. That would be a sick thing, and that people should like that. Like, I don't
That's
think
the
so.
first movie I can remember as a kid where I saw it, and it had one of those things where it ends on a note where you just start marking out, running out of the theater screaming because Shao Kahn shows up.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember leaving a theater excited. before
Shang
that.
Tsung, that actor, that Asian actor who plays Shang Tsung, I realized, and I've seen him in a bunch of things.
He was your uncle. His name was like Harry Hiroyuki or something.
I don't know, but dude, that guy's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
He's always the bad guy.
Always the fucking bad
He's
guy.
always bad,
Yeah.
but
He's
he's
got that
always
bad guy
great.
face.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's great.
And not only that, but in that movie,
He does muscle therapy for athletes.
You see him in a fucking like evil villain vest most of the time, or an evil villain like cape thing. But when he takes off his shit,
And he's fucking ripped.
dude, that guy was ripped.
Yeah,
because I see him now, and he's like this old ass wrinkly fucking Asian dude. In that movie, in Mortal Kombat, I can see why they fucking hired him. He was fucking.
That was a
jacked.
reveal. That was a reveal. They
Recast him as Shang Tsung in the web series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, the
Oh,
Mortal
yeah,
Kombat-
yeah.
there's Mortal
That's
Kombat
right.
Legacy, and
That's right.
They
Yep.
said we got to get this
That's
guy
right.
back.
And I think that was obviously the best choice.
Also, the guy that played Kano in that movie committed suicide.
Yeah, no, he was
Whoa,
like.
whoa, whoa, hold on.
The end.
How? No, how?
Thanks for tuning in to Sleepycast.
Jesus Christ, man.
Before you end it, how did that happen?
I don't fucking know. I just know he's dead.
He was like in a friend found him or whatever, and he had lied. He was never from Australia. He was billed in his resume said I'm from Australia, mate. And then it was like, no, you're actually from West Sussex, you fuck. And he would use that because it would actually get him roles,
right?
Because he had a lot of bit roles and things. Like there was a really bad, like early mid. 90s movie called Deep Rising, which is about a big octopus that inhabited a ship. And they would go in there and they need mercenaries. So this dude was like, I'm Australia, I could totally do this part. And then they get him in there, and then apparently like that had something to do with it. Like he committed suicide because he lied about being Australian for so long.
Weird.
Something like that.
Wow.
And
all he
everyone
had
was,
to do
like,
to pull it
super
back was say, oh, I'm just a really good voice actor then.
Yeah.
You know,
just
the most
move on
fucked up
from
thing?
there.
The guy that played Kano in the web series of Mortal Kombat also committed suicide.
What?
Jesus Christ.
The
man.
cursed role.
Yeah, dude. That's like the Madden curse.
Good podcast we're
The
doing.
Kano curse.
Hey, don't forget, guys. Christopher Lee is dead. Don't forget.
How many people have played Kano, and how many are still alive?
Kano curse, of course, curse is spelled with a K there.
Yes, of course. Yes. Absolutely. Flawless victory. I want to know, and then like the person who did like the voice or the character model for Kano in the original games.
Dead.
You're a liar. Yeah. You're a liar. If that's true, that's
the guy that animated Kano, dead.
The guy who came up with the name Kano, dead.
Brain Everyone tumor. That says Kano. There's a lot of people that named Kano, they're dead now.
If your name has the letters that can be rearranged into the word Kano, dead.
There is somebody that works in Mortal Kombat Studios, whatever the fuck, NetherRealm, whatever, and their sole job is to make sure every C is turned into a K in the manuals.
Yeah.
Every time you flip it through, it's
The
like...
fact that they're still doing it makes me think that they put it out with C's, and then people like tested it and went, nah, this is fucking wrong. Like, Jesus Christ, do we still have to do the bit?
They probably have a program that like just gets
wipes all the C's.
That or if
their keyboards don't even have the letter C.
That's right. Or their font
you get
type,
fired if you use a C.
Their font type does not allow it. The C.
I remember some marketing thing. They're like, no, the K just looks better.
It does look better.
It does.
It does. It looks like
MC
sharp blades.
versus MK.
Yeah.
People who drink Drano, dead.
Cohen.
Confirmed.
Did you drink Drano? Are you sure? Maybe. You don't know. Call. You might be entitled to compensation if you drank fucking Drano.
So I take this wicked shit, I wipe my ass, I look at the paper, it's covered in like this chunky, like ruby red blood. I'm freaking out. I mean, I got my phone, 911, ready to go. Then I remember I ate beets last night.
Call us now.
Call 1-800, I don't know. That's 1-800, I don't know.
Call this fucking number.
Dude, do you guys have any life advice?
Life advice.
Just little things that
challenge
you
yourself. Don't be lazy. Don't make excuses.
Do your laundry on Sundays.
You don't have the time to do things. You have the time.
Advice? Just life advice. Yeah, one of the things I've learned from living with people in college and just saying stuff is do your laundry once a week. Don't let it fucking pile up. It's such a small thing. Even don't wait for all your laundry to be ready to wash and then wash it. It's a horrible idea.
That's what I do.
You shouldn't.
It's such a bad idea. It's so much easier.
Always.
Just do your laundry once a week. No matter how much you have, just do it and it's done.
If you're renting an apartment,
It's a good
always
idea.
keep it clean because you never know when some dickhead is going to show up and want to inspect your apartment and you're like, oh, sorry, my kitchen is a fucking disaster.
In general, do stuff as you go. Don't wait for it to all pile up. So if clean your room as you go every day. And
It's sorry, I didn't interrupt you, but it's like.
I mean, I don't really know how to do my taxes.
I was gonna say taxes.
No,
taxes are like writing checks and stuff.
Dude, that's a necessity of living. If you live and you're a human being and you pay more than 12 grand or whatever the fucking prerequisite for paying taxes is, you better do.
It blows my mind. They don't have a fucking class in school teaching you this stuff.
I know. I was talking to my fucking parents about that, and I'm like, can you explain to me why we're learning I mean, no offense, but we're learning about shit like fucking social studies, and they're like, you have to know this stuff. And then you get to fucking college, and the stuff they're teaching you, like your pre-college classes, it's like, this is how you do college, where yada yada stupid shit, fold your books this way, you're like a Melvin. And it's like, hey, where's the fucking taxes class? How do you do this shit?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to
If they
jail.
taught you how to do taxes, how to fucking write checks, how to live,
car insurance, life insurance, all this nonsense.
I had to do fucking Irish and religion. I could have learned how to do taxes. And
Where's it's like excuse me, you're gonna need to
no
know
one
this
cares
stuff or
about
you're gonna
fucking
go to
Irish.
jail.
Fucking stupid as dead language. No one cares. I'm speaking English and I'm fucking so happy. If I was speaking Irish, my life would be ruined.
You're going hoity. Like, you gotta know this stuff.
If I was speaking Irish, my life would be legitimately horrible.
You're required to learn fucking hoity-toity.
Yes.
Hoity-toity.
And I can't even remember a word of it because I hated it so much.
Tell me some eyes related.
Anmul Cadagum Dolgadi and Lanris Mashe de Hole means can I go to the bathroom, please?
You know how to take a piss in Irish?
Yes.
Jeff, did you guys take any
spent
more
all
language
night one day
classes?
fucking learning
I
that
took
one.
German.
No, I only know because I used to ask it every day in Irish class.
I took German too for the same reason.
I'm not very good at learning
Do you
another
recall
language.
any of it?
No,
I remember like two
Ich habe
words.
schreiben is I have a pencil.
Wait,
I know how to count to 10. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's
Wie
1 to
heißt
10.
du?
Yeah.
I can speak Spanish.
I took Spanish every year and don't know a fucking word of it. Look, wait, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's all I fucking
Dude,
know.
let me tell you
1
something.
through 5.
Do you know what's funny? Growing up in high school, it's like all our fucking like classes were based entirely off of what you do. So
Yeah.
it's like, don't go to French class, you just get fucking homework all day. Go to Spanish, you get to make food. It's like, don't go to German,
Yeah.
they fucking give you homework all day. So it's
Dude,
like,
I
guess I'm going
voluntarily
to
took
Spanish
German because I
class
was
'cause I
better
wanna
than
eat
it was.
burritos.
I voluntarily took German because it was better than Spanish. I think German's a cool language. It's much sharper. I took 12 years, basically, 12 years of fucking Spanish and know how to count to 5. That's all I retain.
That's the same
If I go to
with me.
Mexico, the cartel capture me. They're speaking to me. I'll be like, oh no, don't stress the fucking behead me. I don't know how to fucking save my own life.
You're like, oh no.
That's
At least if I get captured by Germans, I can say, how are you? Can I show up with a pencil?
This guy's he's like, convince me not to kill you. And you're like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
He's like, what's he saying? He's like, I don't know. He's counting. He's counting. He's casting his spell. Let's run away. He's counting his spell.
Yo, what if
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Maybe they laugh and think that you're funny and just let you go.
Be like, give me a big cigar, put me in the back.
He's a comedian.
They like
Give me
fucking
a
shove you into the
shot.
desert. But
Oh, shit.
they're like, you can't tell anybody about it. So they like smash your legs so you can't fucking run away again.
I just keep saying it still.
I have a question.
Duh.
What's a life skill you're all proud of?
A life skill?
Yeah.
What, Jeff, what are life skills you're proud of?
Listen,
Wait,
I can shoot a gun.
Life skills?
I can fish. I can shoot a bow and arrow.
I can do all this except the bow and arrow. Sans the bow and arrow.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh,
I can
life
shoot a gun.
skills?
I can clip a gun. I can point, click it.
Chris.
I'm just saying. No, I specifically I know how to load. It's not like a big fucking deal. It's just like my dad taught me all these
It's a cool
weird.
thing to have to do.
He bought me a compound bow when I was a kid. I don't know. It was like a little. He was like teaching me to be Rambo when I was a kid.
Jeff,
Really weird. What?
I can pull nails out of boards.
With your teeth?
You mean with the
With a
back end of
hammer.
a hammer? That's what it's built in for.
If there's an apocalypse and you guys are like fucking hammering up, I'd be like,
When I was like 12, I built my own. I
You
built my
need to
own
let the
treehouse.
zombies into the house.
I'm your man.
You need to undo
Actually,
everybody's hard work. That's your skill.
Like 100% true. My dad was kind of like a workaholic. And if I continue to do that stuff now, I would basically be a handyman. Like, I knew plumbing,
Yeah,
I
I
knew
know some
landscaping, I knew... When I was a kid, I could do measurements in my head, because he would freak out at me if I fucked up a measurement when we were putting
tents
carpet down.
and stuff.
When I was like 14, I was putting carpet down in a house. I was going into people's houses and fixing their plumbing. He's like, oh, my kid's... He's a regular tool man, and I'd be down there fucking, like, fixing...
Is that what everybody said? He's a regular tool man?
Corey
the Toolman Taylor?
Corey the Toolman Taylor. But now, I know nothing, so if you were to tell me to fix your pipes, I would fucking...
Smash it with a hammer until it leaks everywhere and sprays, and you're like, alright, it's good to go.
You know those commercials of people who are like... Who are fucking like dense as fuck, like infomercial people.
Like what? You can't hold a sandwich and you're like dropping a sandwich.
They like sit down with a cup of coffee and they fucking like pour it
Spill it
all
all
over themselves. And
themselves.
they're already sitting down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that fucking stupid, but I would be like to a point where if you told me to do something like
the commercial would be like, having trouble
carpeting.
fixing your pipes, and you smashing a pipe with a hammer until it sprays in your face.
That stuff always. That's another thing that always baffled me. Fucking infomercials. Like that nonsense, like
it's always in black and white at the
what
beginning.
what kind of like dense idiot is sitting there like, yeah, I have a really hard time sitting down straight. It's like, are you having trouble sitting? And the guy sits down and he fucking like
his fucking head, his neck snaps over and he starts bleeding out of the eyes.
There's a good video out there where somebody compiled all that stuff.
I've seen it,
in
and
like a 10-minute video.
Some of them are like just like the kids are sitting there. It's like, do your kids make mess? And his kids like he's like sitting there drawing on a crayon, and there's like soda over here, and he's like.
Like there's
fucking smashes it.
He actually knocks it over.
It's like they're trying to sell like things to pour your drink. So like some adult is trying to pour milk out of a carton. It's pouring all over the floor. Like, they can't get it into the glass.
Yeah, it's like it just blows my mind that it's like you don't. I mean, people aren't stupid. If they actually need something, you can kind of show it. Like when people see that, they're not.
People are stupid.
Yeah, but when people see that, they're like, I can pour a glass of milk. Fuck you.
Yeah, but when it's only $19.99, shipping included, it's like, why not?
Yeah, but what kind of guy's like? I guess I wasn't thinking about the disabled.
The worst.
Have you seen Wikipedia's definition of Down syndrome? It's not funny, but the picture there is like a guy with Down syndrome with a big smile on his face. He has a big hammer and he's like smashing a piece of wood. It's such a strange picture to use.
Why would they use
Should
that?
I don't know. It's why you were there.
Why don't they? Why did they?
Listen, I was trying to figure out what was wrong with me, but the point is,
why would they do that? Why don't they have like a school photo of him like sitting there? Like,
it's not like a guy. It's like a guy. It's the worst situation that guy could be in. You know what I mean? Because like their cognitive abilities aren't. I'm gonna tread lightly here. You know what I mean? But it's just a very
tread lightly.
Why? It'd be like if they had him like using a shotgun or like using a riding mower or something. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't do labor like that. It's just such a strange thing.
No, it's like the idea of seeing.
You expect to see like him hammering something in. He'd be hitting people in the eye, making them bleed and stuff.
Yeah.
What was the question we were talking about again? It's like,
why are Down syndromes? Why should they be massacred? I think it's a bad question myself.
Why should Down syndromes? Why should they be massacred?
It's a very strange question, honestly.
It's a very.
Who said that?
I don't have Down syndrome.
Corey of the future.
Well, let me ask you this:
Corey of the future?
What do you think? Here's a controversial thing. What do you think of parents who they know their kid's going to have Down syndrome and they decide to have the kid anyway?
You know what?
I think that's how early.
That's such a fine line.
How early do they figure it out? How many weeks in?
Let's say they could abort him.
How early in though? How many weeks in?
I don't know. Does it matter?
Yeah, because that's a whole abortion debate where it's like
how developed.
I'm just saying they know before.
There's like a gray area to when it's.
Let's say 2 or 3 months in, they know.
Well, it's not.
I think 3 months is pretty far in though for most people, right?
Let's say 2 months, 1 month. Let's say the woman's pregnant.
The fetus can.
And they know Let's say they know like within a day he's gonna have Down syndrome.
Jeff,
Do they?
Within day 1, they can wince their eyes. So
within day 2, they can say Jeff.
Within day 1, they can wince their eyes. What do you mean by that?
Day 2, they can wince their eyes.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like blinky.
The baby or the fetus?
Fetus.
Listen.
Let's say you're having a kid. You're having a kid. You know he's never gonna be able to hold a job.
How do you know
He's gonna
that?
have health problems.
How do you?
Let's say he's on the low cognitive end of
Let's
that.
say, and he's gonna always need medical bills. He's gonna have very high medical bills, and he still might die early because of all his problems.
Well, I guess it's one of those gray areas because it's like you could be dealing with a family who's like someone actually wanted to be a parent their whole life and they don't really care for the idea of their
Yeah, but
kids
you'll
dying.
literally be a parent your whole life.
But also there's like
but if they're dying at like
there's varying degrees of how bad that can be.
I said let's say the supposed baby is on the low cognitive end.
But like the worst kind.
Is
Yeah,
it
like,
selfish
you can't even function.
knowing your child is going to suffer his whole life just so you can basically have like a glorified cat?
I don't think it is, but I think I honestly, if it's gonna come out as a vegetable, then you know.
No, that vegetable it functions, but it's like it can't
No,
speak at
but,
all.
like-
It can't
Well,
speak.
it's a house plant.
Oh, holy fuck! That's too far for me, Corey.
If it's just pure like negativity emitting from it at all times, then you might as well just like.
It's
get rid
funny.
of
It's like if you knew you were gonna have a kid.
You have someone in a wheelchair who's like sitting there and you're fucking pouring soil.
Put water on him.
Corey, goddamn.
No, look, it's one of those things where it's like if you Jeff, if you're
Listen,
gonna have
I'm
a kid
not
and you know once you
insensitive.
get,
You're going to
I'm
HE double hockey stick.
I'm not insensitive.
You're
I'm
an
insatiable.
ableist.
if you knew you were gonna have a child that had no skin, like it was always screaming.
Yeah.
And it was always screaming, I have
Oh,
no
it would be in the dumpster immediately.
You can abort it. You can just take a sharpened pencil.
It would be. Oh, I'd get rid of it.
I think there's a
fast.
gray area. If your kid's going to have some sort of disability,
that completely impairs it for life. It makes it miserable its entire life.
there's a certain point where it's like there's a disability and then there's like a liability.
That's so deep. Corey, thank
Hey, it's true. It's true. It actually is true. Like if you just had a kid who had a gimp arm and half his brain didn't work, that's fine. But if you had a kid who's a fucking vegetable and he's going to die before he's like 8 years old.
Let me pretend to be your kid.
I'm your other kid.
Hold on, Jeff.
I'm the third kid. Hello, father.
Shut up. That would touch my heart because he'd be trying to talk to me.
You'd be like, son, would you like to go to college one day?
I'd be like,
I am small like apple to earth.
you know what I would do? I would just pour fucking magazines over him, all these dirty magazines. And I'm like, start fucking reading.
You know the beginning.
What if he starts screaming? He's like, don't hit me.
I was watching the beginning of Batman Returns the other day. I just put him in like a boat and sent him into the sewer. I just hope penguins raise him and I don't have to deal with him anymore.
He's just like,
what if he comes back?
Oh my god.
What if he comes back for you? You left me behind.
Quack, quack, quack. He's like quacking like a penguin. He's like pissed off at me.
Penguin, and then you're like, penguin's still a quack. He's still stupid. Nothing's changed.
You still haven't learned shit. That's fucking dumb, man.
You know how to do your taxes?
No! Can we just clarify that the kind of people we're talking about are people who can't even like think?
That's what I'm saying.
Just saying, like, it's like, I'm not saying
I'm saying
they don't even know their name. They don't.
Exactly. If they have a disability, that's one thing. But if they're fucking gone, like they're gone.
I mean, these parents.
That's a gray area.
If they're just like
I am
ruining
not
the parents'
someone-
lives and their own
I am
lives.
speaking on behalf of someone who cannot be in someone's shoes, who has to deal with someone who is on the
By
brink
the way,
of
there are
dying.
plenty of people with Down syndrome that are completely like high or medium cognitive ability.
Yeah,
that
I
are
don't
fine.
want
That
to
can live.
sound. Yeah, I don't want to sound cruel. I'm just saying that these parents have kids where
we're not.
Like they're missing the skin. Like they can't. They're completely blind. They can't see. They're missing their tongue.
That's sad.
They're
I wouldn't want
crippled.
that. I wouldn't want that.
And they decide to take care of this thing its whole painful life.
Yeah, but like I said, and I think this also is true, is you think of them, and that's good. Like you're not being selfish, because that's a really good part of being parenting is not being selfish.
It is a little bit.
They say they're not, but they are because they so badly want to take care of something. Almost they let this thing suffer for years.
But it's like I completely agree with you. I wouldn't want a kid who's like a walking volcano. I would want to like take care of him.
Volcano.
I would want to take care of him if he was still if he had Down syndrome. That's that's fine. But if he was like,
we're talking so far gone.
If he was like a fucking bomb ready to go off, I don't want to deal with that because I'm fucking Times Magazine is gonna be knocking on my door and be like, hey.
And that's not to say people who do end up living. It doesn't mean they don't deserve to live. It's just like if you can prevent somebody from being in pain their whole lives, what's the moral reason why you wouldn't do that? I mean, real pain.
I completely
real
agree.
Pain.
I just say there's a gray area, and I say I've said my point. But there was also like that chick who her daughter had like a disability and she died and she like mummy encased her.
What?
She was in like this thing. She was dead, and then she was basically profiting off her death. And this girl had like some disability that was like rare, and she was charging people money to see her and give her wishes, and that's fucked up.
Wait, like the dead dog would grant somebody a wish? You mean?
He's going to Irish story territory here.
Have you
How's
ever,
that Irish
Corey?
I didn't step on it.
Corey, have you ever seen that like lady? Have you ever seen that girl who had like a little girl and the baby like died like pretty much straight away, but she had it mummified and she carried it around with her like a doll?
You see, that's
She
the
put
kind
in a
of
Snow White dress too.
That's the kind of people.
No, okay, I'm
That is
laughing.
absolutely true.
No,
That's the kind of people.
Like, that's horrible to laugh at, but
That's the kind of people who
seeing
you
it in
said
a
that to
Snow
them, they'd
White
be like,
dress is
you're a horrible person.
fucking just.
They found a Snow White doll dress and put the dead mummified fetus in a Snow White
Sorry,
dress.
but it looks funny.
That's messed up.
So let's just say if you knew a kid was just gonna have mild autism,
Me?
no, let's say if it's just gonna be a typical Down syndrome, like that guy Corey from Life Goes On. Do you remember that show? Never mind.
His name was Corey.
His name was Corey.
Corey, you look sad.
No,
I said that not even realizing it was your name. Like Corey.
You know, Corey from fucking Death. Life Goes On.
You looked at me with this disappointed look. You're like, what? What do you mean? Like, it's like I'm hurting your feelings. I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a guy named Corey on a show called Life
Was
Goes
it
On.
played by?
I think it was Corey.
Who's the guy? Was it played by Johnny DiCaprio or whatever his name is?
No, the character.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No. That was the Steven Gilbert
Johnny-
Grape. He was retarded in that movie. No, this is a legitimate Down syndrome person.
I want it. I don't
wanna
want that. If there was a point where I would like to think that me and my wife were on the same sort of idea with having a kid with Down syndrome.
What if the all right, theoretically, what if the doctor came to you and he looked at the ultrascan, he said, "Listen, sir, I don't want to give you bad news, but this child that is coming, the doctor's not going to tell you he has Down syndrome, but he's basically going to say, listen, this kid, basically his whole life he's going to be on the computer typing out hot memes all day." He's gonna be sharing the hottest memes all day, and that's all he's ever gonna do his whole life.
So just for like clarification, this is the future where they've already like completely mapped out your future life, and he's gonna be a meme spewer. Unfortunately,
Let's say there's a meme gene, and you can tell, and he says your son has this gene, and you guys both
has like
have
stage 6 level meme autism.
Yes.
See this section of the brain right here. He's gonna be looking at advice animals all day.
All this section is gonna be to Awkward Penguin and Trollface and Battle Brian.
I would be like,
this section of the
I would be like, when he's not looking.
Do you kill your son?
Would you ask him to snap it in the womb, like twist his head while he's in the womb?
The doctor
like a doorknob?
I would say, have you played Hitman? I would say, be inconspicuous, okay? I'm paying you good money.
You're just gonna whisper him, like, listen, just while you're,
just a little.
Yeah, and then just don't tell her. Just tell. And when he comes out dead, just act surprised.
What if you said that and the doctor looked at?
Just make a big O face when the dead baby comes
the
out.
fucking dead baby rolls out. Oh no!
What is that? I didn't have anything to do with that. That's weird. I can't believe it's dead.
What happened?
Oh my god, his head came off. That never happens.
The woman's like, "What was that crack? I just stepped on a peanut. I don't know."
I was cracking my knuckles in there. I know it's bad for arthritis, but whatever. Sometimes my fingers get exhausted.
And then I'm like,
what happened was you creeped up the baby's ass and I popped his head up like a doll. That's what happened, lady. It's your fault. You killed the child.
Snapped his neck.
It warms my heart. We're back to the dead baby.
Jeff, what would you do, Jeff, if you were Jeff?
This guy,
if you were with your beautiful wife.
This guy, this kid is a meme spewing idiot from the future. He's the worst kind of kid.
Jeff, if you were with your beautiful wife.
Yes.
And the doctor, you're at the emergency room.
Yeah.
And your wife, she tweets and she giggles. You're like, that's gross. But then you see a little baby head come out. And the doctor pulls her aside and says, Jeff, your wife just queefed up the baby's ass. And it killed it popped the baby's head off. Your wife just killed your baby. And your wife doesn't know, she's still giggling there, laughing. What do? Are you angry at your wife?
I'd probably be more mad she's probably laughing at a terrible joke than having a dead baby. I'd shrug.
Your son's little head.
I'd shrug at the dead kid.
Jeff, your son's head rolls to the floor and looks up and says, "Da da da da." What do you do?
How the fuck is his head still?
I would.
Because baby's head lives for 2 more years after it dies.
All right, Chris.
I would kind of slide him into a dark corner with my foot, hoping nobody noticed him before he died.
Let's say your kid comes out and he's the polar opposite of everything you enjoy. He hates everything you enjoy. You're like, man, I love Final Fantasy VII. He's like, that was the worst RPG ever made, old man.
I grab him by his turkey neck and hold him against the wall and
Why is
scream
he a turkey neck?
His turkey neck is screamed
faggot.
at his throat. He's a faggot.
Chris, what if your son came
There
out?
you go. If you're bored and you're a little shit, you're getting it. You're getting a wallop when you pop out of the pussy.
Daddy wallop.
What if your little kid's like, I want to play physics games on YouTube all day?
What if he's like,
Would you beat him to death?
what if he walked in and he said, my hero is PewDiePie? What would you do, Corey?
I'd be like, good choice.
I'd be like, join the bro army. I'd be like, you are one little faggot.
Can we talk about a sound
do you
that
know
I
what I'd
heard?
do?
Oh, go.
Sorry. No, I would wait till he was old enough to go to school. I'd intentionally buy a house on the other side of the street that the school bus has to pull up on, hoping that he has to cross a lane every day and hopefully
Just
get hit by a
increase
car.
the chances.
Oh my god. All because he likes.
Yes.
That's very intricate.
I have no tolerance.
paying
His epic braids will be over the road.
I'm not capable of unconditional love. I have to.
Jeff, what if he
It's
looks
okay.
exactly like you? Would you not feel a little bit of empathy for him?
I feel like we've created a situation where we can ultimately hate our kids.
I find it more interesting if I'm like looking at a dead body and I'm like, it looks just like you. That'd be pretty interesting, actually. I've always wondered about that when twins, like when a twin dies and he's looking at the other twin, he's like, that's pretty interesting.
That looks like me, but I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, I mean, looks just like, yeah, I'm
Looks
dead.
like a dead version of me,
looking at me.
goddamn.
Yeah.
But the more you know.
So what was the question?
Yeah, what was the question?
Was it advice?
That is the question.
Was it advice we should give people? Was it advice we should give people?
What was the actual? Oh yeah, god damn, we got off track. We started talking about boarding.
Slightly on track there. Holy
we
shit.
were past that, I think.
Yeah, what was it?
Chris jumped to like page
Chris,
2.
you did it. You
I forget.
Chris, was that your question?
I'm a sleepy sausage.
So, anyways, basically, our point is the best advice is when you see twins killing the one die, the other one looks at them. The end.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have Christmas parties planned that you are going to?
Oh, your thing.
Unrelated to your family.
No.
We did go to an
I
event.
skipped them intentionally.
We did go to an event a couple days ago.
People invite me.
And you were there, Stamper, and Jeff, you were there.
Would you consider that a Christmas party?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a holiday party.
There was some dude with a fucking. There were two dudes with the shitty Christmas sweaters. So
Again,
it's a Christmas party. Those guys made it a Christmas party.
Why can't it just be a fucking holiday party? Again, why is it a Christmas
I
party?
mean, they were forcing you to give you kids' toys to get in.
For Christmas, yeah.
For gifts, so.
Yeah.
aren't they great people?
But
they are donating to charity, you cocksucker.
Jeff, do you want to go into detail about what the event was a little bit?
Why don't I explain it? It's it's a few groups of local indie game developers who all sort of share a space in the city, and they were having a little holiday party. And because they sort of know Tom and Tom Fulp, who made Castle Crashers, and I'm working with Tom, and all of us sort of know each other. We all kind of went as a group, hoping to have a lot of fun with a bunch of indie game developers.
Bunch of crazy indie guys.
Bunch of crazy guys.
I have to say, Jeff never drinks, but before this event he drank, and I knew. I saw the fear in Jeff's eyes. I saw the horror.
That was Corey.
Oh yeah, Corey got so drunk at the Chinese restaurant we had before, he was grabbing rice with his bare hands like a monkey and stuffing it into his face. He was making rice balls.
Mashing it into white balls.
Yeah, and he was like drooling on himself. But we went to this Christmas party.
I went outside for a smoke, and he swapped the beer out of my.
He drank Stamper's beer and then poured hot tea in Stamper's empty beer bottle.
And he thought it was the funniest shit. He was laughing so hard.
To be fair,
like he got me good.
We were all laughing pretty hard.
He's a real
That's
psycho
true.
sometimes.
Yeah, he's a fucking nut bar. Anyways, continue.
So yeah, we hung out at this holiday party. I don't know. Is there any notable things that you guys noticed? Any kind
A lot of flannel shirts and
A
beards.
lot of flannel shirts. Now, but the one thing I noticed was before Jeff and I went, I said, Jeff, I have an idea of the kind of people this will be since it's indie gamers. You know, a lot of people have a sort of image for these guys. You know, generally hipster would be the word. And so I kind of said, Jeff, I wonder how many guys would be wearing thick-rimmed horny glasses. And I counted, and I kind of put it together. I thought, what percentage of the population actually wears glasses? Now I counted about 36 thick-rimmed glasses. And then I was like, there's so many guys with thick-rimmed glasses, I started counting guys who had regular glasses. 4 guys had regular glasses.
They were probably out of town.
Yes.
Out of towners.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, every fellow there did fit the description. Beanies, thick-rimmed glasses, beards, flannel shirts, and skinny jeans.
I didn't know what to expect, but to be fair,
oh, some great guys were there.
To be fair, though, all of them I talked to were really nice. Nobody was talking about feminism or the patriarchy or anything like I was probably kind of expecting.
Yeah, I was expecting to see that too.
I felt like we were the pieces of shit though. Like we were the outcasts.
Yeah, you were the bums because you didn't have a fresh haircut.
we were like hoodies and we had like 5 o'clock shadows and they were like all like they had the beards.
They were all chipper. They were all super excited to be hanging out with each other.
There was a whiteboard there, and we took advantage of that. Yeah, there was a big whiteboard that was totally. It looked like untrampled snow to us.
I drew.
Yes, Jeff, tell everyone what you drew on this.
Well, Zach, is everybody could probably figure out in like 2 guesses. I drew.
I was gonna say.
Now you didn't just draw Hitler.